And this then triggers the LinkedIn algorithm to show it to more people. But you'll tell me, Dennis, how will I manage to get 100 likes and 100 comments in the first hour? I mean, it's difficult. I mean, you need to have a circle of people, you know, friends, acquaintances, that you're in the same group, and you notify them immediately when you post. So they get, you might have had to notify them beforehand. So they plan the post that you want to go viral, and then you notify them, and then they jump into they're ready for it, and then you send them the message immediately when you post it, and you gather as many likes and comments as possible. I've seen a spike on 100 likes and 100 comments in the first hour. So that's not easy, you know, but LinkedIn algorithm makes it more difficult all the time to promote a post. So yeah, this is one thing. Another thing that you can do, you know, if you cannot get as many likes and comments, what you can do to notify more people to join your to engage with your post is to post a post normally, and then post it on a group. Create a group on LinkedIn that you can invite your connections, and then post it there and recommend it. So many people from this group will get a recommendation, a notification that you've posted. Also, create a newsletter. There's the newsletter option that you can apply, so that more and more people see that. I see here other questions coming in. Let me see here. Modesta, she is interested to utilize my LinkedIn for my career opportunities. I recently started using LinkedIn more strategically, but I'd like more advice on what best content strategy to present myself as leader and get attention from decision makers that can be people who may be interviewing me sometime in the future. Very nice, very good question, Modesta. The best content strategy is, number one, I mean, you need to check out what your peers are posting. You know, this is what I do. You know, I go to my competitors, I go to my peers, and I check out what they post on LinkedIn. And I think about ways that I get inspired, of course, and I think about ways that I could create something even more professionally attractive. You know, it could be videos, you know, with you talking about your area of expertise. It could be pictures. Motivational pictures work very well on LinkedIn, especially on the weekends. You know, because it's like, maybe you can create like a Sunday motivation, a Saturday motivation post, and plan this every week. And also regarding your area of expertise, you know, also we've seen that some posts with just text and no links to any outside websites, you know, it work very well on LinkedIn. If you want to add a link, it's a good idea to add the link to your to the first comment below, for example. So yeah, things that, you know, if you try also to make research of the hashtags that your potential employers might use, or prospects in general, if we're talking about any professional goal, and search those hashtags and see what people are posting. So that will give you inspiration on what you can post as well, you know, because these are hashtags that your target prospects are utilizing on LinkedIn, and they're monitoring. So these are some of my immediate thoughts. Okay, so let me see. Is it a good idea to do LinkedIn lives or interviews as a career professional? Yes, you can do LinkedIn lives and interviews. Interviews are very good because you can invite many people, authorities in your field that could, if they agree to jump into a live conversation with you, and that will help you present yourself, Modesta, as a leader and attract the right eyes on yourself as an individual. It's a very good idea to create. You could even create a podcast. Podcasts are hot topics nowadays. David Bishop, what is the value of impressions? Look, impressions, I would focus more. If you post a video, you've got the impression and you've got like the individual people who viewed it. I focus more, David, on the number of people, separate individual people who viewed my video. This is the number I look. I don't so much look at impressions. Impressions can be deceiving, and people say, I have got 50,000 impressions, and then it's like impressions, like it appeared on the feed of someone, so it doesn't say much, who watched the video. The number, if you go into the analytics, it says number of people who viewed the video. This is a better statistic to monitor. How many connection requests can we send maximum in a week? Says, let me see, Rafi, recruiter, Dubai. Okay, so for premium user, for non-premium user. Look, what I've noticed is not to send more than 20, 25 connection requests per day if you want to stay out of LinkedIn jail, let's say. So getting a notification from LinkedIn to to that, hey man, you're doing something very aggressively, we might go into further actions. But 20, 25 connection requests a day is good, and leave a gap on a weekend. Let's say leave a gap, Rafi, on Sunday, let's say, for example. That's what I do. I send 6 days, and then I leave 20, 25 invitations to connect to my target prospects every single day. And Sunday, I leave them. I don't send any invitations, so that the system, goes down a little bit. So let me see here. Modesta, I find a lot of people don't use LinkedIn the right way. I want to differentiate myself and stand out from others. I don't know anyone in my industry doing lives. I haven't come across yet. I'm in the food industry, manufacturing. Yes, that's a good thing that many people don't use lives in your industry, since it means that if you do use lives, you will have a competitive advantage. Yeah. So Emily says, does this number of change over time? You mean the invitations to connect? Yes, it does change, Emily. Yes. And we've seen it. It used to be like 100 invitations that you could send with no problem to connect every day. And now, it's like 25 after some years. So they kind of lower the limits all the time. Who can you, how many profiles you can visit on a daily basis. It used to be 1,500 profiles that you could visit on a daily basis. Now it's like 100 or 200, that you can visit safely. So it's like you need to monitor the limits and be on the safe side every time. So yeah, I hope I answered this. What's the best way, Modesta, to build your followers on LinkedIn faster? Any tricks? Look, invitations to connect will get you, because your new connections will become your followers. So it's a good way, solid way every day to send 20, 25 invitations to connect, and your new connections will likely will become your followers most of the times, if they don't opt out to it. Another way is to create as viral, within quotes, gain as much exposure as you can into to your LinkedIn posts. With my latest posts that receive about 1,000 likes, engagements, let's say, I receive around 50 to 100 new followers every time I post. So it is a good way for you to gain followers if you post. Also, if you follow people, just like follow 50 people a day, let's say, chances are people might follow you back. So the reciprocity factor. So that's another way you can grow your followers. Commenting, leaving a nice comment to someone who is very influential, to a very to a post that gets a lot of engagement. And then if you leave something very smart and relevant to the topic and you give a angle, then it's a good way to get on the radar of many people, because all the people who had commented to that particular post will get a notification that that you commented as well. So you will see that that you will gain followers as well. Let's see who else left a question. Okay. So I have recently registered at free trial premium LinkedIn, but I have doubt, but I have doubt that it does not differ from basic. All right. Can you specify the main advantages of premium? Yes. Lubna Al-Sharif. Yes. So the main advantages of LinkedIn Premium are, with the normal LinkedIn, you have limited searches per month. So you begin searching for, let's say, CMOs in Dubai or UAE or Saudi Arabia or anywhere in the world. And at some point, like in the first week or so, it stops you and it says, you've reached the limit of searches that you can make. With Premium, you don't have this limit. You've got unlimited searches. With Premium also, there's another a good thing is that you can see 90 days back who visited your profile. With the normal LinkedIn, you can see the five latest people who visited your profile. So that's not very helpful, since you might not be on top of LinkedIn all day long and see those 5 people. So who are the latest, because the ones who visited prior to those 5 people you cannot see anymore. So you might miss a lot of people who visited your profile, and that's a good opportunity. These people are a good opportunity for you to begin conversations with, Lubna. So, by saying to them, for example, hey, John, thank you for recently visiting my profile. I checked out your profile too, and I'd love to connect. And then you send them an invitation to connect. And then when they connect, you send them an intro message, for example. And you tell them, hey, why don't we jump into a get to know each other better as professionals conversation? This is what I do with all of the people that I connect to. As soon as I connect with someone, it might be difficult to connect with him or her. But when I do, I always request a networking conversation, a get to know each other better as professionals. Because what's the point of being connected and never speaking to each other? This is my point of view. So yeah, another advantage of the premium version, especially if you're looking for a new employment opportunity, is that if you apply for a specific job inside LinkedIn, the people who have premium appear on the top of the list compared to the people who don't have premium. So that's another advantage. Some of the advantages of premium. You also get some free emails. Emails, for those who don't know, is like messages, normal messages on LinkedIn, but to those who are not connected to you and who are not open networkers to receive a message from everyone on the LinkedIn platform. So with the premium, and especially the Navigator, Sales Navigator, you can approach a certain number of people. I think with premium is 5 people. With Navigator is like 50 or even 100 with some subscription. Right. I see here. Excellent. David, thank you for the answer to my impression question. When you say views are more valuable, do you mean profile views, or is there a separate view analytic for individual posts? Yeah, when you post a video, David, on LinkedIn as a post, you post a video as a post, you can look at the analytics there, and you can see in the analytics, apart from impressions, views, then you can see the individual viewers number. So who viewed it for more than 2 seconds, your video. So yeah, this is the number that I'm looking at mainly, because it doesn't matter views. Okay, a person might have viewed my video 100 times. So what's the point? That's the one person viewed it 100 times. I don't know who it is. Maybe if I knew who that was, maybe that would be a good one. But I don't know. So I look at individual viewers to judge the success of my post. So Nevena, is premium LinkedIn good to have when you're beginning? Yes, look, depending on your professional goals, but it does give you extra credibility, because another benefit of the premium is that you have this little orange in icon there that shows that exempts credibility. So people know especially people who are professionals on LinkedIn, who are years on LinkedIn and who spend a lot of time with. For example, myself, I place better, I give more value to profiles who have the in. So I'm saying this guy, subconsciously, this guy or girl is paying for LinkedIn, so it takes LinkedIn seriously. So it's good to have people take you more seriously if you're a premium, get the premium badge. So yeah, Taryn, I see here I had 5,000 followers and got hacked last spring. It requires tenacity to keep building the network. Yes, indeed. And with the limits of invitations to connect becoming lower and lower, it gets more and more difficult to grow your network on LinkedIn. So maybe you need to utilize all of the techniques that we discussed beforehand, in order to grow your following, Taryn. Back to the 5,000 and beyond. Alan Bezalil, yes, I hope I pronounced this right. Any tool you recommend to schedule a post automatically, and the best days for postings, if any? Look, Alan, I would, LinkedIn doesn't really like automation. So it's against LinkedIn's rules. So I wouldn't really do that. I would spend a little more time to do it manually. Also, you avoid any mistakes that could happen with scheduling posts automatically. So they happen many times, but I wouldn't use an automation tool there, because it really goes against LinkedIn's rules. I would do it manually. And the best days for posting, I've created an article about this. You can check it out in our website, LinkedSuperPowers.com, the blog there. And the best days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. That's what research says, not what Dennis says. But with a sweet spot on Tuesday, like 12 p.m. But actually, you need to test this and see. Depends on where your audience is from, the time zones and everything. So it's a good idea for you, to test this, and then begin seeing what works and what doesn't. So yeah, thanks a lot. Sales Navigator is much better than Premium. Modesta, I didn't see much benefit with Premium. Yeah, Premium, look, it's more economical. Sales Navigator is an amazing is an amazing tool for prospect generation. And yeah, I mean, it's the potential of Sales Navigator, the filters there that you have, and you can find, you know, so many laser target your prospects through Navigator is amazing. You know, the filters and the combinations of filters. So I think it is worth the investment 100 times. I use it and my team uses it amazingly. So I see a nice question for Fran running. Hi, Fran. Hi, Dennis. Nice to see you again. Nice to be here. Do you know which posts get the most visibility? Video, text, carousel, or text, and any photo? I've seen, Fran, very good question. I've seen posts that get the most visibility. They are either, from my experience, they're video or just plain text. That doesn't mean that a photo might not take. I've seen video. Tends to be promoted more by the LinkedIn algorithm. Okay, so hello, Sterios. Good evening to you all. I come from beautiful Greece and I'm finishing my master's degree, this time with a diploma in human resources. I'm interested in a job abroad. Yeah. Any advice to approach even more companies from LinkedIn apart from my CV? Which countries are easier to approach? Sterios, you know, I think it's not the companies that you need to approach, it's the people inside the company. So what you could do is a good strategy for people, you know, who are looking for new employment opportunities is to check, you know, in the job section, sometimes you can see who posted the particular job. So what I would do is I would send an invitation to connect to these people and then see if I could get into a networking conversation with them to get to know them better as professionals. So get to know each other better as professionals. So this is what I would do. And this is, you know, the know, like, and trust factor is very important, because this is, you know, who gets the job nowadays. Not sometimes companies, you know, they post jobs, they already know who they're going to hire from their circle of acquaintances and people in their network. So this is what I would do in your case. I see here. Okay, let's see any actions. How do you activate Sales Navigator? Where do you find these tools? Nevena Mitkovic. Nevena. Okay, Nevena. So everyone, I will be sharing my screen to show you. Let me see a little bit here. Yep. Link. Excellent. So give me a second. I've got, here we are. So yeah. So I'm sharing my screen with you guys. You can see it here. So if you go under work and you click on sales solutions, that's where Navigator is, and you click start your free trial. Make sure you start a free trial for 1 month to test it. Maybe you get 2 months free. If someone recommends you, someone who has Navigator recommends you, you get 2 months for free to utilize this tool. So this is where you can find it, right? You got it? Work sales solutions. Excellent. Let's see any other questions. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. And let me see some questions that I received. Yeah, what triggers the LinkedIn algorithm? As many likes and comments as rapidly as possible. You know, so this is what I've seen triggers the LinkedIn algorithm. Relevant hashtags, of course, utilize them. Be a bit gentle with the mentions, don't mention too many people inside your posts, because that could not be, so I've seen some people, mentioning many people in their posts, and that's a little bit too aggressive. So try to avoid that. Hashtags around 4 or 5 hashtags are more than enough. Relevant hashtags regarding the post, some general hashtags and some specific general hashtags in regarding the topic you're talking about, you're discussing in your post, and also some specific hashtags. And if you're creating a personal brand as well, hashtag your name, possibly the name of your company. That would be powerful. So let me see. I've got some tips about profile picture. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people make major mistakes on LinkedIn with their profile pictures, like sunglasses, like folding their hands like this, in their profile picture, looking away, looking like this, in their profile picture, being sideways, looking. I mean, I've seen so many mistakes there. So the main language of LinkedIn regarding the profile picture is to have professional clothing, of course, have it taken from the top of your chest and above, have a neutral background, not like the background that I have. My at the moment is too noisy, let's say. So I would have a neutral background and have a smile, either with open mouth or closed mouth. I prefer closed mouth in my case. so yeah, I mean, try to speak the language of LinkedIn. Check out the profile picture top influencers, the profile pictures, Tony Robbins, Bill Gates, so huge influencers out there. Look at their profile pictures. They're like either show from their neck and above or from the top of their chest and above. So they speak, the language of LinkedIn. So this is what I would do regarding the profile picture. So let me see what else. Other questions coming in. Think about anything you would like to ask me. But, apart from LinkedIn, think about entrepreneurship as well. Why don't we talk a little bit about generally, about entrepreneurship? That would be also another nice topic to discuss. Yeah. Excellent. Let me see here. Other question. Yeah, I see Karen here. There's this trend of crossing hands to show confidence. I think it's bad body language. Karen, sorry. Karen, I agree with you. Yeah, this is not, I mean, it is a trend. We've seen it a lot, but it's like you're anticipating, you're eager, or you're too, sort of a little bit too arrogant, a little bit when you look at it. I think it's best, just normal position and from the top of the chest and above. David, maybe I don't understand views. In post analytics, discover impressions, engagements, repost top demographics. Yeah, I'm not finding views. Can I see individuals who view a post? Let me show you here, David. Let me see if I can show you here. Let me share my screen with you and show you exactly what I mean. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Excellent. Screen sharing. Let me go to David, I'll go to one of my analytics, one of my posts, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's take this video, this very nice video with Sabrina Stalker here. So let me see here. So you see here, the viewers, video performance. It says views, viewers, minutes viewed, right? So this is the number I look at, 6,812 viewers. So the viewers are the number of unique people who watch this video for more than 2 seconds, including sponsored and organic distributions. This is the number I look at, because you see the views are more than the viewers. So some viewers have viewed it more than once. So I hope this answers your question, David. Yeah. Excellent. I'll stop sharing now. Very good. Okay. Let's connect. And then feel free, yeah, everyone feel free to invite others from this chat and also invite me to connect if we're not already connected. Karen, how to make views, impressions turn into actual engagement? 5,000 people clicked, they plan to attend this. Yes, how to make views, impressions turn into actual engagement? Yeah, I mean, what you can do is, for sure, try to create engaging posts, of course. And the more engaging your post, the more impressions, the more actual people. If you can see, for example, in a LinkedIn event, if you know who you have the number of interested attendees. So let's say 1,000 people requested to attend a particular event, are interested to attend. So what you can do is send individual messages. You cannot begin sending like messages to them with a script, kind of like, hey, thanks for your interest to join the Ask Dennis show, for example. I'd be glad to see you there. It's coming up. And send them the link to the event, and then prompt them also with a message. This is what I'm saying. So I'm saying send the message and also send it on the 2 times, 5-6 days beforehand or a week beforehand, and then like the same day, the morning of the same day. But the thing is here, what's the challenge here? That if you have many, like thousands of interested attendees, you need to you don't want to take the risk of sending more than 100 messages a day on LinkedIn, right? They've lowered that as well. It used to be like 400, 500. So if you send more than 100, chances are you will receive a warning from LinkedIn. So you need to be careful of that. And the number of interested attendees you have, begin beforehand and start sending those 100 messages to interested attendees with thanking them for their interest to join your event and inviting them manually to join your event. Send them a message. So this is how I would do that. Also, LinkedIn, I noticed that to some people receive 2 hours prior to the event from LinkedIn a LinkedIn notification that the event is coming up in 2 hours. I saw it today with my event. And also you receive an email. So some of your target prospects will receive, interested attendees to an event will receive this, but some of them don't. So I checked out some of my attendees that didn't receive this. Some of them did. So LinkedIn itself is trying to notify everyone that the event they showed interest to attend is coming up in 2 hours. But the thing is, what if you're not, if a major number of your attendees are not seeing this, are not there on top of their phones or computers within these 2 hours to see that? So that's why I say send beforehand, so that send a message on LinkedIn in order for them to attend, to increase your chances of having more actual attendees, not just interested attendees. Another technique would be, because this list of interested attendees is very important. So even if the number, let's say you have 1,000 attendees, and 10 of them attend your event. You have a list of 1,000, people you can approach there, with the opportunity that they're interested to attend your event. So you could invite them, for example, to a one-on-one networking conversation if you see a potential for a conversation after the event. What I've seen, though, recently is that LinkedIn quickly deletes LinkedIn events. It used to leave them, for months. But now another thing that I see is that they delete them very fast. So if you want to utilize this list of interested attendees after the event, you need to somehow make a note of these people who are interested to attend your event so that you can approach them afterwards. So that's another thing that you can do. Yeah, very interesting questions. So David, yeah, I post images and not videos. My analytics, yeah, of course, yes. If you post images, it doesn't show. That's an issue. Maybe you need to start posting videos, David, more. That's what I do, so that you can see the individual viewers in the videos. Videos also is a post that is a type of post that LinkedIn algorithm promotes more. So maybe think about videos. To utilize video, it's more, it gives you these analytics as well. Modesta, how to get so many attendees on an event? Yeah, LinkedIn events, very powerful thing here. So you can, if you have, for example, 10,000 connections on LinkedIn or 5,000, you can invite 1,000 people per week. Every Sunday, it's renewed. So maybe you can send 1,000 on a Friday or a Saturday invitations to your network, to your first connections, right? And then on Sunday, as soon as Sunday comes in, you can send another 1,000 for another whole week, right? 1,000 per week. But what you can do is, if you have any close acquaintances, friends, work colleagues, or if you have a company, you could tell your employees or your friends or acquaintances to do the same with 1,000 of their connections as well. So yeah, exactly. Modesta, here you are. Can you send 1,000 invitation in one click, or have to invite everyone individually? Very good question. If you select, when you begin, you're in a click invite, and you begin deciding who you can invite to that particular event. Let me see something. Here we are. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, Modesta. So you can send. You have some search filters. So say, for example, you choose location filter, United Arab Emirates or USA. So all of your first connections who are in the USA, you can scroll down. You don't have to click each and every box that's on the left side of each name. You can scroll down until you reach the 1,000, or I wouldn't go to 1,000, I would go to 9,995, let's say, people. And then you click on the top box, and it selects all of them, all of the 995. So you don't have to really click each and every one of them. And then you click send. When you click send, if you've done that for a number that's over like 600, 700 people, LinkedIn will send like a red warning that your invitations didn't go through. So what you need to do is to click again send, and it will send them. So don't be discouraged by the first message of LinkedIn that will say you cannot send to too many people. Click again, and it will send it. But up to 1,000, in total, you can send in invitations in 1 week. But that's a good way. If you have any acquaintances, they've got a solid network on LinkedIn. It's a very good way for you to to increase your event attendees. And you can create, what I do is I create general events. Absolutely, I invite absolutely everyone who consists of my first level connections. And I appoint my team members also to invite their own, everyone, absolutely everyone. Or we create specific events. So let's say we want to create an event only for people in the pharmaceutical industry or any other, or the hotel industry. Yeah, so we do that for specific, and we invite specific people to these events. So yeah, I hope I answered your questions. Okay. I see here, Eggy, Mr. Dennis, how do get prospective buyers or customers who are prospects that are in accordance with the business we are in? Yeah, Eggy, nice question. Thank you very much. So what I would do is I would create a funnel inside a system, let's call it, inside LinkedIn. So with my posts, the posts need to be offering value to my prospects in my area of expertise, of course. I would send invitations to connect to my target prospects. Like we said before, 20, 25 a day. It's more than enough. It's to the limit. You're touching the limits that LinkedIn allows. Then some of them will connect, some of them will not connect. Those that connect, what I would do is I would send them an intro message. So I always send an intro message to my target prospects who consist of my new connections. I try to, of course, it's not a salesy message, because if you try to sell to them, they will immediately, shut down, even if they want your service. So you definitely need to have to send a message with networking in mind and not being salesy. So networking, get to know each other better as professionals. Hey, John, thanks for connecting. I'd love to connect and sometime in the future and why not have a conversation and get to know each other better as professionals. This is what networking is all about, right? So send something like that. And then when they accept, if they accept, jump into a networking conversation, ask them what they do, to tell you more about what they do. Then it's your turn, tell them more about what you do, and see, where during this conversation, if you can pivot at all, if you can see, from what they say, if you can say, for example, if they mention something that you offer, say, hey, I could help you with that. Or maybe some of them will listen to what you have to offer and might say, hey, look, why don't you send me an offer? So that could be also something, Eggy, that you can do. Also, with the intro messages, some of them will not respond at all, right? So there's a big percentage of them that in the initial message that you send them, they were not on LinkedIn at that time. They didn't see your message, was not seen in their inbox. So a week later, usually I do that on Fridays, because a Friday, the weekend is coming up and people are in a better mood. I send them a reminder message to the intro message that I've sent them. So, hey, John, just checking in with you regarding my suggestion for a networking conversation where we could, with the opportunity of connecting here on LinkedIn, where we could get to know each other better as professionals. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if we're on the same page or something like that. I do that 1 week after the intro message. Usually I do that on Fridays. So yeah, I mean, this system, like relevant posts that do more attention from the right. Also check out from the posts that you create, check out the list. How many people make this mistake? They don't look at the people who engaged with their posts. That's a huge opportunity they're missing. I go through one by one, 1,000, 1,100 people, recently. I go through them one by one and see who of those likers, commenters consists of my target prospect, who could be my client, who could be a collaborator, who could I have a good professional relationship with, and I could help, and they could help me, and we could find very nice synergies. So don't forget to do that. Go through your list of people who engaged with your post. There may be huge opportunities there. From one post, I got 5 clients in the past, and it wasn't even a business related post. It was a motivational post that I posted on a Sunday. So because I looked at the list of people who engaged with it, they probably liked it a lot. Then I asked them for a networking conversation. They weren't even in my network. They were second or third connections or something. So I asked them for a networking conversation. The networking conversation led to them becoming my clients. So think about that. Yeah. So posting, sending the invitations to connect. When they connect, send them an intro message. After a week after the intro message, preferably on a Friday, send them a reminder. So this is what I would do. Let me see. Okay. Best posts for featured section. Let me see that. Yeah. Look, the featured section is a very important section of your LinkedIn profile. And I would I would place there, because they want to see, your credibility. So they people look at numbers. They look at numbers of followers. They look at numbers of engagement in your post. So I would place there the posts that, of course, are relevant with what you do, that have received the most engagement. This is what I would do. So if you had, for example, in one of your posts, you have like 100, 150 likes or so, post that, place that on your featured section. Maybe you've been also on or something that increases your credibility, is another thing. Maybe you've been on a great publication. You've been on a cover of a magazine, something that boosts your credibility, authority, social proof. You might want to add that there. Maybe you've had a speech and you spoke in front of 100 people, and you've got a video of that, and you've created a post about that. Place that there. So these are the kind of things that we would post on the featured section on LinkedIn. You've got three posts you can add that are immediately visible, and then you can add more, of course. People have to scroll, but nobody really scrolls. So people that look, you need to make sure that those 3 posts that are available there, they need to be the most powerful, that are visible. Yeah. Okay, let's see any other questions. My goal is to start posting content from my company, Nevena. Should I do that from my current account, students, or create a new one? Right. Please clarify, Nevena. I don't really understand your question. What do you mean? For your company, you need to have a LinkedIn company page, right? And you post there, but you can also share that from individual profiles, if that's what you mean. Feel free to send me a question that clarifies this if I have not answered it. Let me see. Okay, other questions? Lubna Al-Sharif, how can I encourage my followers to add comments and share their thoughts about the uploaded share articles on your LinkedIn profile? Yeah, your posts, you mean? Yeah, of course. So you could create a post and say something like, any thoughts? I'd love to see your thoughts in the comment below, or something like that, right? So I do that pretty often. Also, a very nice way to create engagement, if you haven't utilized it, is LinkedIn polls. Have you tried LinkedIn polls? If you haven't, check them out. It's apparently the LinkedIn algorithm pushes LinkedIn polls more. than the normal posts. So that's what I've seen very recently. So I would try to do that, to try LinkedIn polls as well. Normal posts, I would, like I said, I would encourage people by asking them at the bottom of the post, saying something like, I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below, or do you agree, or click yes, or say yes, type yes in the comments below if you agree. So then you encourage many people to type yes, very simple, answer, and then you increase your comments this way. You respond to them. If you receive comments, you need to respond to them immediately. So you need to be in the first hour, you need to be on top of your post in order to be ready to respond to any comments you receive, so that you trigger the LinkedIn algorithm. So this is something that you can try, Lubna. Okay, thank you to Eggy. Excellent. Alan, where to find good motivational videos and pictures? Any major influencer, Tony Robbins, Brenda Burchard, you see Jordan Peterson, they post a lot of motivational, even Gary V, he's on social media, he posts motivational things. Gary Vaynerchuk, he posts motivational things all the time. But the main idea, Alan, is for you to begin to post your own motivational videos and pictures. So get inspired by other people's big major influencers, and then create something even better if you can yourself. It's not difficult, to create. You can even add special effects in your videos. It's very economical. You can find people who will edit, who will add special effects to your videos, like sound effects or visual. When you speak, words to appear, not subtitles at the bottom, but words like in the middle of the screen or in any on the side as well. So it's very powerful. With a music on the background, that would be powerful as well. So it's not as hard as people may think it is to create super professional posts on LinkedIn. So yeah. Okay, Nevena, I see here. So when starting LinkedIn profile for a company, LinkedIn Premium, Sales Navigator are enough for a good effect. Posting videos, engagement, connection, making events like this. Would you add something? Look, you could try LinkedIn ads. Well, I know people say they're expensive, but you could try them as well from the company page as well. But this is a good start, LinkedIn, having a LinkedIn company page, inviting 100 people from your network in total, through the system to join, to follow your company page. Having a group also is a good idea, because you can invite unlimited people, to a group. I haven't found the limits for the group yet, so you can send many invitations to join the group. So another thing to add there is, Nevena, to what you say, is create a group and invite as many people as possible, because the group has this this function that you can create a post there, and then you can, once a week, you can notify all group members about that particular post. So that's pretty powerful. So yeah, that's what I would do. The group, LinkedIn Premium. If you can either have LinkedIn Premium or Sales Navigator, so you don't need to have them both. You can either have one or the other, depending on how aggressive you want to be and how serious you've taken LinkedIn. You would go for Sales Navigator. It's a little bit more expensive. It's around $100 per month or so, but if you utilize it in the most effective way, it is very powerful. Posting videos, engagement. Yes, posting videos. See how you can make your videos gather maximum engagement. Making events like this, yes, events they're very good for brand awareness, very powerful. Yeah, and don't forget, to check out, because you can see who followed your company page. Check out your latest followers, both on your company pages and your personal LinkedIn profiles. Go to your followers list, see who is the second or third connection and follows you on LinkedIn. And maybe they consider there's so many hidden opportunities for networking there with people who have followed you. People have followed your company page, and some companies, never approach these people, right? So there are many opportunities there, many potential clients, collaborators, good networkers. Check out your followers, who visited your profile on a daily basis, who followed you, who followed your company page, who joined your group. Oh, huge opportunities. You can begin messages, to them, to these people, like, thanks for following me. I'd love to connect. Thanks for following my company page. I'd love to connect. Thanks for joining my group. I'd love to connect, right? Thanks for engaging with my latest post. I'd love to connect. When they connect, then send them the intro message. Let's jump into a networking conversation. Let's get to know each other better as professionals. What do you say? This is what networking is all about. This is what. So imagine if I was talking to someone today, we were having a network conversation. Actually, I have like 5 to 15 networking conversations a day, by the way. I don't sleep a lot, guys. So yeah, and so many opportunities have occurred, have come out from that. So many collaborations, people become my clients. I've become their clients. So, and I've met so many interesting people from all over the world, actually. So yeah, so these are some of the things that I would do. Let's see. David, can I add a poll after posting, or is it too late? Look, you can, when you post, when you go there to post, there's the option for the poll. So you create the poll, and then when it says done, you press done, and then it has an option for you to add some text on top of the poll, right? So yeah, let me show you one of my latest poll. Let me screen share a little bit here, guys. Here we are. So people are still coming in the event. This is great. So yeah, let's go to my latest posts. You can see the screen. Yes. So here we are, Dennis. And there it is. There's a poll. So that's the poll inside my group. So you see what I did? I posted inside my group, and I posted outside of the group as well. So yeah, you see here, there's an area where you can post, when you can type your text there. Super excited that we're having a positive impact on people's lives by helping them become more influential and known in their field. I'm referring to the latest service of LinkedSuperPowers here, which is called your ticket to influence and fame. If you want to learn more, just drop me a message on LinkedIn. So yeah, you've got a text here, and you've got the two options here. So what I would do is I would go to home here. It's the normal way. You could click inside here, and where's the poll? Create a poll. You see it? Saw that? So click inside, click on more, create a poll. And then you got your question. So curious to learn more, for example, it works really well for me. Yes, no. You can add options. You can select poll duration. Let's do that first, for example. Let's do curious to learn more. Let's put that. And then you put yes. Then you put no. And then you click done. And then you see where it says, when you click done, it says, what do you want to talk about? And here you can write XYZ, whatever you want, right? And then you click post, discard. Good. So here we are. I hope I answered your question, David. So, Nevina, can you please repeat the names of the influencers once again, please? Other than Tony Robbins. Yes, Nevina, Dennis Koutoudis, you might know him. He's doing pretty well. No, I'm joking, right? I post some motivational posts as well, so you can check them out as well, especially on weekends. Also, my business partner, Emily Papas, does as well. Yeah, many influencers out there. You know, if you click hashtag motivation or inspiration, you will find many. Tony Robbins, Brendon Burchard, Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, many, Jordan Peterson, the psychiatrist, sorry. There are many new ones that are coming out. They're posting amazing motivational posts, and many others that I don't even remember. Lewis House, yeah, many others. So, Modesta. Okay. Here we are. Modesta Ferreira. Could you do a review of a few profiles? I could do one, Modesta. Right. To recommend improvements on how to optimize profile. I'm sure many will be interested. Modesta Ferreira. Why don't we do your profile, Modesta, as we are here, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see where you are. Modesta Ferreira. Here you are. See you here. Excellent. So tell me, if you could send me a link to your profile, we make sure that it's that. But anyway, I will show you what I found. I found one with your name there. Let's see. Modesta Ferreira, pretty good job. Yeah. Here, I like the background photo. Very good. Let's connect. Excellent. The profile picture, you know what I like about your profile picture, Modesta, is that, you know, it's something different. You know, you've created these two circles there. It catches the eye. Very good. I don't know. Look, that's up to me. I don't know about this finger in your... I would leave that. You don't need to do that. But that's something that it's up to you. It's a statement. It's something that is fine with me. I would use something neutral, you know, like... Don't need to have my hands on my face, but that's personal preferences, right? So let me see what else I see here. Yeah, 1,498 followers. I would like to see, you know, people like to see big numbers nowadays. You know, they want to see numbers, you know, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, you know, the limit of LinkedIn connections and beyond. So if you could increase the number of your connections, then it would increase your credibility, authority, and social proof. Let's see. Here we've got contact info. Okay. Let's see, what else do we got? You've got your CV. Look, it's not necessary to have your CV inside your LinkedIn profile. You could leave it out, you know, so it's people who want to learn more about you. They could ask you for your CV, you know, because what I don't want is I don't want to make them think that you're too eager to land an employment opportunity. You know, people who visit that, who see that. So that's why I would leave it out. Plus, people, you know, who want to learn about it can learn more about you, could ask you for your CV. I see here an article, how to become a great leader. Yes, very good. But I would like also to see you in action, like a video of you, like a post that has a lot of engagement, you know, to increase your credibility, your authority, your social proof. Yeah. Let's see. You've gained some engagement. You've seen now. You see the one that you've got the most engagement recently is the one that you wrote text only, I suppose. Yes, and hashtags. And you're speaking from your heart. And you see, you've got like 71 likes here. So this is what the type of posts that I would add to my featured section, because you got the most engagement there. So I would take that post and add it to my featured here so that you show the most engagement there. The about section, an accomplished manager and leader. Try to begin. It's a good summary, but try to begin with, think about, how you can magnetize people, even with the first sentence of your about section, something super powerful, think about storytelling, think about personal branding, think about what, look at your journey, your path up to here, and what molded you as the professional you are today. Make them be interested about you. Also, I see that you speak in the about section. I call it summary. It used to be called summary section. The about section is you speak in the third person. I would like to see first person there, right? Without the too many I's. I did this, I did that. So keywords, what are the keywords that people are going to use to find a professional such as yourself on LinkedIn? Place them naturally within the storytelling of your about section. This is a very important section there. So I would work on that a little bit more, focusing on these things. You know what? Moving down to your experience section, and there's, let me see here, you've got responsibilities, 1, 2, 3, bullet, yeah, responsibilities. Yeah, here, because people don't really have much time to read very large paragraphs in the work experience section, I would try to condense, enhance, and add some storytelling in each and every role. The latest of LinkedIn profile optimization, for the eye at least, is to increase a small paragraph of storytelling at the top of each and every job role. Maybe it's 2 lines even, but it's a little bit of storytelling, and then you can put the list of what you did there. Also, a good idea would be if your company, this SKA Egg Farms Limited, it had a company page on LinkedIn, because we would like to see the logo of their company page, as opposed to not seeing a logo, which is kind of, not really, it doesn't really look good. But that's not your fault, if your current company does not have a LinkedIn company page, maybe you could suggest it to them. But yeah. So you see here where another thing, you see where you say operations manager and factory site. Yeah, operation. Let's take this one, operations manager. Think about this. What else were you? Okay, you are the operations manager, but what else? Like, let's say one says sales manager. Also, you could add their vertical line / business development professional. Add another keyword to the title that is relevant, right? It might not be your exact title, job title, but by adding that, you increase your discoverability. You increase your SEO on LinkedIn if you do that. So, because LinkedIn places, in terms of SEO, it places a lot of attention on the job titles. So if you could increase like the number of keywords there, not just one, operations manager, put another thing. What else are you there? What else, like business development, sales professional, something executive, direct, something, relevant, a keyword. Think about which are the keywords that people are going to use to find a professional such as me on LinkedIn. So yeah, let's move further down. Education. Yeah, again, I don't like it when organizations don't put their logos there. They're not on LinkedIn, so yeah, good. Education. We've got licenses and certifications. Yes. We've got 50 skills. Yes, you've utilized the full real estate of skills. We've got languages, English, Lithuanian. Let's go to your groups. 18 groups on LinkedIn. Yeah. I would try to be a member of 100 groups on LinkedIn, which is the limit. So you need only another 82 groups to join Modesta, right? That's a lot of work, I know. But look, why do I say this? Did you know that you can only be discovered on LinkedIn by your LinkedIn network and nobody else? So what consists of your LinkedIn network? Your first level connections, your second level connections, your third level connections, and your fellow group members, right? So what does that mean? It means that what's your main keyword? Factory and site operations manager. Say that I type that and I click on, let's see, which country are you from? Lithuania. Let's see here. You see, oh, here we are. Yeah, and I click on Northern Ireland, and I'm not your first, second, I don't belong, I'm not your first level connection, not even your second or your third, and we don't belong in the same groups. You will not, and I type site operations manager, right? You will not appear in my search results because we don't share the same network, right? You're not in my LinkedIn network. So, but if you and I were in the same group, I would be in you would be in my network and you would appear in the search results. So no matter how powerful your SEO is, if you're not in the same network with, you can only be discovered by your people in your LinkedIn network, right? So you need to increase, that's why we need to increase considerably your first level connections, preferably with people who have a lot of connections themselves. So by connecting with them, you massively increase your own network, right? You also increase the number of groups that you're part of considerably. So this is what I would do. So do you know how to find the largest groups? So people are still joining, Guy. Wow. So what you can do is you can go to the search and just don't type anything there and just, right? So you just click enter and then you go to groups. And these are, they're going to show you a list. So 2,330,000 groups there. But now if you do that, if you go to search and you just click enter and select groups, you will see the largest groups on LinkedIn. So I would try to join these groups, because if I join these groups immediately, say I join Harvard Business Review discussion group, how many members? 3 million members there, right? So if the administrator of this group accepts me, to this group, I've immediately increased the size of my LinkedIn network by 3 million people. So 3 million people, if they make a search for a LinkedIn strategist, a social media strategist, branding strategist, I will appear in XYZ position in their LinkedIn search results, right? So this is why I say be a member of as many groups as possible, even 100, which used to be the limit. I'm confident it still is, or maybe they've increased it. But be a part of massive groups that are relevant to you, right? And some general groups, even if they're not 100% relevant, just for the sake of increasing the size of your LinkedIn network and hence your discoverability. So these are some of the things that I would do, Modesta. Okay. Let's see. Other people. Modesta, only 82 more groups. Job for the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, excellent. So there's another person here. Foloruncho, Femi, please, can you review my profile? Okay, let's see. Here we are. Okay, let me share the screen. See another example here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see, open your profile. Folorusho. For some reason. Here we are. Sorry, guys, for the delay. Oh, exactly. Folorusho Femi. Let's take it from top to bottom, Femi. Yeah, my friend. So I wouldn't add your name again into the background photo, right? Since you already have a name field there, you don't need to add it again into your background photo. The profile picture, is very good. It grabs attention, the red color, but I would zoom in a little bit and show a little bit more of your the top of your chest and leave a smaller gap between the top of your head and the border of this circle. So this is what I would do. Check out my profile picture and you'll see the type of zoom in that I'm referring to. So regarding your headline, growth, senior product manager, account analyst, researcher, ad specialist, content marketing. Yes, you have created a headline called, like the keyword-oriented headline. So there's a keyword-oriented headline. There's the statement-oriented headline, right? So this is mine recently, is a statement-oriented headline. So having a positive impact on people's lives by optimizing their presence, as well as helping them become more influential and known in their field through our latest influence and fame service. But yeah, this is a statement-oriented service headline. So you have a keyword-oriented headline, which is absolutely fine. Usually we use keyword-oriented headlines where our primary goal is to get discovered by people. So this is, so it isn't the best for the eye, but it's the best for SEO, a keyword-oriented headline. So mine is better for the eye, but is not as powerful for SEO. So I change my headlines frequently. So currently I'm using a statement-oriented headline. So yeah, and there's the mix. So you could do a mix, like a keyword and statement oriented headline. So it's fine there. Yeah, and you've got here your contact info, that you've added your Twitter profile there, 4,627 followers. I would like to see 10,000 or more there for similar reasons as before, as Modesta. Femi, also here, your posts, your featured posts. I would like to see some posts with more engagement there, right? So this is what I would add. Also, you see books that have shaped your life and changed you forever. Maybe you're on a cover of magazine. Maybe you're in an article written about what you do and the good work that you're doing as an ad specialist and content marketer, right? So I would add that. Let's see what else. The about section, data analyst utilizes, again, third person, guys, use the first person, add storytelling, powerful sentences. The first sentence needs to be super powerful. Don't stop using the third person. Third person is for CVs. It's not for LinkedIn. So utilize the first person without too many eyes and add storytelling, creativity, something unique. I would like to see. Other than that, it's not bad, Femi, your about section. Let me see your work experience. Again, mentor. You see the first one, mentor. What else are you in mentor color? Marketing communications director. What else are you? Are you doing PR as well? Are you doing something else? Something expert, vertical line expert. Yeah, you've got here some the logos. You see how nice each and every of the top roles at least has a logo. It looks better to the eye. Very good. Universities with their logos there, at least the top two ones. Volunteering experiences, licenses and certifications there. Skills 47. Femi, feel free to add another 3 skills. It's not a big deal. See, some of your peers, what skills are they using? Chances are you will find pretty quick other skills to add there. Recommendations. Yes, 4 recommendations. See if you can increase the numbers of recommendations, get to 10 and above recommendation. Request for recommendations from your clients, past clients, peers, acquaintances that you've worked with. Publications there. You've got a publication there. Why don't you add those publications in the featured section? So they will increase your credibility, or even better, create a post when you have a new publication that writes about you, and see how you can gather a lot of engagement. So you 2 birds with 1 stone there. So this is what I would do. Courses, they're very good. And then groups, 11 groups. So you, Femi, have only, how many? 89 more groups to join soon, right? As soon as possible, so that you massively increase your network, the size of your LinkedIn network if you do so. So yeah, these are some of the things that I can comment by looking at your profile. So let's see here. What else? David, if I have not been accepted to a group, should I withdraw the request? David, look, so at some point, it stops you from requesting to connect to groups. And also, it will stop you at if you reach the limit of 100. So until you reach the limit of, or it stops you, you don't need to withdraw the request. When it stops you of requesting to join groups, or when you've reached the limit of LinkedIn groups that you can either participate and request to join, then I would start withdrawing and then requesting to join others. If you don't reach these limits and if it doesn't stop you, leave them there, because maybe an admin will add you later. In more, let's say, usually I leave them like a couple of weeks and then I withdraw because I've reached the limit. Eggy, I want to sleep. It's 2:23 a.m. Yes, my friend. Very good. Very good. No worries at all. Yeah, feel free to connect. Excellent. Excellent. I see here another question from, let's see, Nevina. Someone is going to sleep and someone joins right now. Good. Excellent. Okay. So if Leah, can you change without premium the setting for messages from everyone? To receive, you mean to receive messages from everyone, Nevina? It used to be that only premium premium subscribers could become open networks to receive from everyone, but I will have to, because LinkedIn changes things all the time. I would have to look it up regarding if people, free subscribers of people who haven't used the subscription can use this, can say that they're open networkers. Maybe they are. So I will check this out and let you know. I think we're connected, right? Or if we're not, feel free to send me an invitation to connect. Which other social media platforms are considered good for thought leadership purposes? Yes. So I'm definitely pro Twitter. So Twitter is gaining a lot of publicity recently because after Elon Musk purchased it, bought it, and but I see that it's becoming more powerful, and there are many professionals on Twitter. So I've had many networking conversations with my Twitter followers. So what I do on Twitter is I follow specific people. Twitter is good because you can get on the radar of hundreds of people every single day. And as a response, from reciprocity, they request to connect, to follow you too. So I go to my followers, to my latest followers, and I see who from my latest followers on Twitter would I like to have a networking conversation with. And I send them a message on Twitter. And I say, hey, thanks for recently following me here. I'd be glad to arrange a get to know each other better as professionals conversation. Let me know if you agree. So this is what I do. And I've had many powerful connections through Twitter as well. And Twitter, though, it places a great importance on the number of your followers, right? So does Instagram as well. So the more followers you have, the more people will be open to jump into a networking conversation, into a conversation with you. right? So I utilize Twitter and Instagram for branding. Twitter is very powerful for another reason as well, because many publications, journalists are on Twitter. For example, Forbes, they found me on Twitter and they wrote 2 articles about me, right? So that was pretty powerful. So they didn't find me on LinkedIn, they found me on Twitter, right? And they asked me for a podcast, and I went to the podcast, and the podcast, I didn't know there were Forbes contributors, and then they wrote 2 articles on Forbes based on that podcast that we did. So yeah, Twitter could be very powerful, and that was the beginning of my career. After I was mentioned on Twitter, then came CNN, then came Fortune, then came and then that. But the beginning was Forbes. They found me on Twitter. Instagram as well, very powerful. You can increase if you can increase your following there, you're considered influencer level, then they're very powerful, and they're easier to grow than LinkedIn, in my opinion. That's what I found, right? And LinkedIn, what I do, my strategy is LinkedIn, I go targeted, so I go, LinkedIn is, where my target audience is, where, my potential clients reside mainly. But Twitter and Instagram, I utilize for brand awareness, my personal brand awareness, right? So I go general there. So I'm not as picky as I am on LinkedIn about who follows me, about who I follow there. I go for the numbers on Twitter and Instagram. So I go for the influencer status. On LinkedIn, I go for the lead generation and the connection and the networking, and But this is how I use Twitter. So they're very powerful, because when you connect with someone on LinkedIn and you talk to them, then they will search you on Twitter, they will search you on Instagram, and you need to have a solid professional presence there. And if you have big numbers there, that will add to their perception of you as a professional, if you have a community following you. So this is what I focus on, Twitter and Instagram, and they're very powerful. Yeah, excellent. Nevena says, just followed me. Yeah, Nevena, feel free to send me an invitation to connect as well. You can click more and connect so that we're connected. But anyway, I will see you in my followers area. Yeah. So yeah, people, find ways to increase your followers. It's very important. People look at numbers. Find ways to be on publications, if you can, as many as that will increase your credibility, your authority, your social proof. Post engaging content, powerful content, as often as you can. It doesn't have to be every single day. And find groups of people that you could engage with each other's content. That could be really powerful. Increase all of your engagement in the engagement of all of your posts. So yeah, that's these are some of the tips. And try to be consistent. For example, I saw that in my business, in order to have a steady flow of new clients, I have to send 40 intro messages in all my social media platforms. That's me alone. My team also does the same. The people in my team, and they're funneling and they're sending people to have conversations with themselves and myself included. So yeah, I've seen that I need to send 40 invitations, 40 intro messages in order to have, let's say, 8 conversations or 10, in order to have a couple of new clients every single day. So this is, you need to figure out how many sales do I want? What's the level that I want? You need to break it down. What's the amount that I want to be making a month? Then how many conversations do I need to have with my target prospects on a monthly basis in order to, for a certain XYZ percentage of them to convert in order for me to get this number of sales? And then you would say, okay, from these conversations, these are the number of conversations that I need to have on a daily basis. Okay, how many intro messages do I need to send in order to get this number of conversations on a daily basis, right? In order to get these sales. So then you need to see how you can increase the number of these intro messages, right? Work backwards. So how? By posting and very engaging posts, by inviting to connect 25 of my target prospects a day. Which types of people, these types of people convert more. So you need to work on it, create a system, have your end goal in mind, and then follow it, be focused and be consistent on a daily basis. And then it becomes a number of statistics. The more intro messages or approaches you make for networking conversations, the more networking conversations you're having, the more collaborations, clients you will be having, the more you will be achieving or even surpassing your goals, your financial goals, let's say, for example, or to land a new employment opportunity or whatever you have. So this is what I do. I put the number that I want to reach, the financial number, and then I work backwards. How many do I need? Conversations, intro messages, how much engagement in my posts, which types of people to approach, women or men respond better to me, even that kind of thing, ages that I see, which convert more based on my past clients. So this is something, that I've learned, actually, this system from Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, this is a very good, good example there. So let's see if we have any more questions. Yeah. So Emily, can you tell us about social media in the metaverse? Yes. That's a new thing happening, like social media networks in the metaverse, decentralization. So decentralizing social media, some terms there, many people don't understand. Is like, the thing is that it's going to be, they're creating social media networks in the metaverse based on Web3, even Web 5 technologies that they're thinking now. And they're creating their social media networks that the main difference is that you will own your content, your followers, and your data. So decentralized, not centralized systems, no centralized platforms like LinkedIn, for example, is a centralized platform. You don't own your network. LinkedIn may decide to delete your account, and then you don't own your network anymore. You've lost it, right? What you've been building for so many years. In the metaverse, which is based on blockchain technology and Web3 or Web 5 even, you will own, nobody could delete your network, you will own it, so, and your content and your data, so you are the person, the power comes back to the person there. So that's one of the advantages. And also, they're thinking about monetizing content there, and it's going to be very powerful for influencers, but the challenge will be, in my opinion, is how many people and how fast will they adopt this technology, will jump into the metaverse. We'll see many people, they're skeptical, to join Bitcoin blockchain technology. They're skeptical about this. They haven't had the time to join. We see people, they're not really familiar with, conventional social media, the normal social media networks that we're in now, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. They're not really familiar, and they don't understand the ways to utilize them, or even some of people don't understand the value that LinkedIn could bring yet. Imagine if you're telling them, to jump into a social media network in the metaverse. They will be looking at you like that. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, a lot of time for, mass adoption of these kind of technologies. I believe it's a good idea. It's a good concept, but the challenge will be how many people will jump on this train. So that's in my opinion, but they have got some good concepts there. I like it that you own your network, you own your content. Nobody can take it away from you. They've got some options, in the metaverse. You could use an avatar instead of being yourself. I don't know. I'm not really pro that. I don't know if that's the best, because how will you build your personal brand unless you build an avatar's brand? I don't know. It's things, futuristic things that are here, though. They're being created and they're very interesting. And we'll see the future goes with these things. But it all depends on mass adoption. And that's the biggest challenge there. And also any other disadvantages that we will see that might arise in due course. So if it's not, if there's no centralized control, there needs to be some level of, an authority that, or the community itself that might, protect a certain social media platform. They need to find ways of how to, because people cannot begin posting dangerous things or there and nobody being allowed to delete them. So maybe the powers in the community I've seen to delete certain things. So let's see how that works out. But I think it's an interesting future, social media networks in the metaverse, with Web5 technologies, very interesting. Thank you for this question. So any other questions, people? Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for sure, keep me posted. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Dennis Koutoudis. Let me add it to the chat here. Okay, where we are. Yeah, meeting chat. Here we are. Dennis Koutoudis. Feel free to find me on LinkedIn and connect. And if we haven't had a networking conversation yet, I'd love to jump into a one-on-one conversation. If you think about any other questions that you want to send to me, feel free to send me a question on info@linkedsuperpowers.com. I've included it in the chat. Feel free to copy it there. Karen, thank you very much for your time as well. Yeah, I hope you got some value from this event. David, thank you, my friend, very much for being active. Excellent. Nevena, glad you found it insightful. Yeah, many thanks for your questions. Lubna as well. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Creative, try to relax a bit, everyone. Yeah. And let's, if we haven't met yet, one-on-one, let's have a networking conversation. Thank you, Ala. Have a great weekend. Excellent. So let's call it a night. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Keep in touch. Stay strong. Okay, keep going strong.